The night was quiet over the small town of Cognac-les-Mines in southern France. Streets were empty, houses sealed behind shutters, and the cold air carried little movement. It was the kind of stillness common in rural communities during winter. Nothing appeared unusual, and there were no immediate signs that anything significant was about to occur in the early hours of December 16, 2020. Delphine Jubillar, a 33-year-old nurse and mother of two, was at home that night. According to available accounts, sometime after 11 p.m., she stepped outside. She wore casual clothing, including slippers, suggesting she did not plan to go far. Her phone, keys, and personal belongings remained inside the house. There were no signs of preparation for travel or departure. When morning came, Delphine had not returned. Her absence was quickly noticed, and concern escalated among her family. Her husband, Cedric Jubillar, contacted authorities. Police responded promptly, beginning an initial search of the house and surrounding areas. Early observations revealed no clear signs of forced entry, theft, or an obvious struggle outside the home. Delphine's daily life was described as structured and routine. She worked as a nurse, often balancing long shifts with responsibilities at home. She cared for her two children and maintained typical family routines. Those who knew her described her as responsible and attentive. There was no immediate indication that she intended to leave her family voluntarily. However, investigators soon examined her personal life more closely. Reports indicated that her marriage to Cedric Jubillar had been experiencing difficulties. The couple had reportedly grown distant over time, and discussions about separation had taken place. While there were no widely reported incidents of violence, the relationship was described as strained. As the search expanded, authorities deployed resources across nearby fields, wooded areas, and secondary roads. Volunteers joined in, and local residents assisted in coordinated efforts. Despite extensive ground searches and aerial support, no trace of Delphine was found. The lack of physical evidence began to complicate the investigation. Media coverage increased as the case developed, drawing national attention in France. The disappearance of a young mother under unclear circumstances raised public concern. Investigators began focusing more closely on timelines, statements, and behavioral patterns within the household, particularly those of her husband. Cedric Jubillar's statements were reviewed and compared with technical data, including phone records and activity logs. While he cooperated with investigators, certain inconsistencies were noted over time. These discrepancies did not immediately confirm wrongdoing, but contributed to growing scrutiny around his account of events. Inside the home, investigators identified details that raised further questions. Among them were reports of broken eyeglasses, which some investigators considered potentially significant. While not definitive proof of a struggle, such elements were documented as part of the broader effort to reconstruct what may have occurred during the night. Witness accounts from neighbors also became part of the investigation. Some reported hearing unusual noises or raised voices during the night of the disappearance. These statements varied in detail and reliability, but they were included in the case file and analyzed alongside other available evidence. In June 2022, nearly 18 months after Delphine's disappearance, authorities arrested Cedric Jubillar. He was formally charged with her murder, despite the absence of a body. As the case moved toward trial, investigators compiled extensive documentation, including digital records, witness statements, and forensic observations. The reconstruction of events relied heavily on indirect evidence, requiring the court to evaluate how individual elements connected within a broader narrative. When the trial began in 2025, it attracted widespread media coverage. The decision to proceed without a body drew significant public attention. Legal experts and commentators debated the strength of circumstantial cases in such situations. Court proceedings focused on establishing a coherent timeline and assessing the credibility of testimonies. Witnesses included neighbors, acquaintances, and investigators who had participated in various stages of the case. Prosecutors argued that a combination of circumstantial evidence, inconsistencies, and contextual factors supported their case. The prosecution emphasized patterns of behavior, timeline contradictions, and the improbability of an unexplained voluntary disappearance under the circumstances described. The defense challenged this position, emphasizing the lack of direct physical proof. They argued that no definitive evidence established how or when Delphine died, or even confirmed that a crime had occurred. The prosecution argued that the accumulation of inconsistencies in Cedric's statements, combined with contextual evidence from the home and witness reports, pointed toward his responsibility. They maintained that the absence of a body did not preclude a conviction when the overall evidence supported a consistent conclusion. After deliberation, the court found Cedric Jubillar guilty of murder. Legally, the case reached a conclusion. However, Delphine Jubillar's body was never recovered. This absence left unresolved questions about the exact circumstances of her disappearance and the events that took place that night. For her family, particularly her children, the outcome did not bring complete closure. While a legal judgment had been delivered, the lack of physical answers continued to shape the emotional impact of the case. The uncertainty surrounding her final moments remains a significant aspect of the story. The case of Delphine Jubillar highlights the challenges of investigations built largely on circumstantial evidence. It also reflects the complexities of cases where key physical elements are missing. Even now, the events of that December night continue to be examined and discussed. While the legal process has concluded, the central question persists in public memory. What precisely happened in those final moments before Delphine Jubillar disappeared?